Let's be blunt. If you don't learn how to play the money game, you'll spend your entire life being used as a pawn on someone else's board. Many people think that investing is just about putting money in the stock market or buying shares. But the first and most powerful investment is in yourself. Do you know why? Because ignorance is expensive. And in the United States, those who don't understand how the system works lose money every day without even realizing it. While you're spending $100 on fast food, trendy clothes, or whatever makes you happy for 5 minutes, there are people using that same $100 to learn something that will pay off for the next 5 years. And these types of people start to stand out. They start to earn more. They start to get out of the hole. If you don't develop high-value skills, you'll spend your life depending on other people's salaries. You'll accept any job, any overtime, any humiliation just to pay the bills. That's living in survival mode. And if you keep living like that, there's no point in complaining, because the system rewards those who have knowledge and punishes those who live on autopilot. Now, think differently. The same money you spend without realizing it could be invested in a course that teaches you how to use a spreadsheet, improve your English, understand how American credit works, or learn how to sell a product online. This is building an invisible asset that no one can take away from you: your knowledge. The truth is that the market doesn't pay for your time. It pays for the value you deliver, and the more you know, the more you're worth. Invest in yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. The return may be small at first, but it becomes exponential in the future. Those who don't plant knowledge today will continue to reap frustration and bills tomorrow. Once you understand the value of investing in yourself, the next step is to grow your income in a smart way. Because the hard truth is, no matter how much you save, you'll never get rich by cutting out coffee or coupons. It's not the price of coffee that matters. It's the size of your income. In the United States, many people come here with the dream of making money, but end up stuck in 2 or 3 jobs that only pay the basics. They work like a lion, but live like a mouse. This happens because they only sell time, not results. And time has a limit. But income can be unlimited if you know how to create parallel sources of value generation. Do you have a cell phone? Then you have a machine in your hands. The digital world has created the greatest opportunities in history for those who know how to use what they have. You can start by selling something simple on eBay, offering a service on Facebook Marketplace, or even learning digital skills like design, editing, marketing, copywriting. Each new skill is a tool to dig deeper into the gold mine that is the American market. And if you think this isn't for you, remember, the system here rewards problem solvers, not repeaters. The question you need to ask yourself is not, how much will I make per hour? But how can I create enough value to get paid more, or even get paid in dollars while I sleep? Increasing your income is not about making more physical efforts, but about changing your mindset. Stop trading sweat for pennies and start using your brain as your main asset. Because if you don't create new sources of income, you'll spend your entire life putting out financial fires, surviving from paycheck to paycheck, always on the brink of collapse. But the good news is, income can be built. It's not magic, it's a method, and you can start today with what you have, where you are. You just need to make the decision to stop accepting crumbs and go after what you really deserve. Now that you've started to increase your income, a critical point that few people talk about seriously comes up: debt. And let me be very clear. With you, debt is a kind of silent prison, and in the United States it is disguised as an opportunity. The system here was designed to seduce you with easy credit, high limits, flexible installments. But in the end, it is a trap that corrodes your future without you realizing it. Credit cards, loans, endless payments. It seems like everything is under control at first. But before you know it, you're stuck in a snowball, paying interest on interest, working just to keep up with the minimum. And do you know what's worse? The market loves people who are always in debt. People in debt are obedient, predictable, and easily manipulated. They want you to live in the red, because that way you'll never stop to build your freedom. But here's the truth that no one tells you. You weren't born to owe anyone anything. Every debt you have is a chain around your foot, keeping you from the freedom you dreamed of when you left Brazil. And financial freedom isn't about earning a lot. It's about not owing anything. It's about sleeping soundly knowing that the money that comes in is yours, not a bank's. Now, it's no use just cutting up your credit card. You need planning, strategy, and an investor's mindset. You need to understand the flow of your money, renegotiate, prioritize what's important, and say no to what keeps you from independence. Because every penny you throw away on interest is a penny that could be used to build your wealth, your savings, and your peace of mind. If you are in debt today, don't blame yourself, but don't accept it as normal. Debt is not a lifestyle. It is a temporary state that requires immediate action. It is like a financial disease. The longer you wait to treat it, the more it spreads. So the order here is simple. Run away from debt like you run away from fire. Get out of the cycle of scarcity and enter builder mode. Because whoever masters debt masters their own destiny. Imagine this. You wake up on a random Tuesday, leave the house to go to work, and suddenly you lose your job, or your car breaks down, or someone in your family gets sick and you need money right away. In the United States, where everything is more expensive and faster, these unexpected events don't send you any warning. They just arrive. And if you're not prepared, they knock you down. That's why having an emergency fund is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's your financial life jacket. Without it, any unexpected event can turn into chaos. You run to your credit card, take out a loan, overdraft your account, and voila, you're back in that old debt trap. What was once a simple emergency turns into a snowball that takes months or even years to resolve. The truth is hard. Those who have no reserves live on the edge, and living on the edge means living in fear, in anxiety, always hoping that nothing will go wrong. But let's be honest, at some point it will. That's life. And when it does, you have two options. Either you despair or you take a deep breath and resolve it, because you planned for it. An emergency fund is your safe haven. It's the money you set aside and don't touch, saved to protect you from unpleasant surprises. And it doesn't have to be a fortune. Ideally, you should save 3 to 6 months of your monthly living expenses. Doesn't that sound like a lot? Start small. The secret is consistency and discipline. What matters is having a place to fall back on your feet. And what's more, when you have a solid reserve, you change your mental level. You no longer live in fear. You start making better, more strategic decisions because you know you have a solid foundation. The emergency reserve is your cushion of peace of mind. It's what gives you the security to invest, start a business, change jobs, or even return to Brazil if necessary. Don't wait for chaos to knock on your door to act. Be proactive. Protect yourself. Because in the financial world, those who survive are not those who earn the most. They are those who prepare the best. And an emergency fund is the first brick to your freedom. Have you ever stopped to think about the true cost of debt? And I'm not just talking about interest. I'm talking about sleepless nights, arguments in relationships, constant anxiety. Debt steals your peace. And the worst part? Here in the United States, where credit is easy, the traps are even bigger. You go into a store, your credit card approves everything. Installment plans, as far as the eye can see. Financing offers, there are plenty of them. Everything seems wonderful until the bill arrives. And then you realize you're stuck in a cycle where what you earn doesn't cover what you owe. And every month, the interest rates make sure to remind you of that. The truth is, the debt doesn't start with big mistakes. It starts with small concessions, a little expense here, another one there, I deserve it on the weekend. And before you know it, you're already spending more than you should, and much more than you can afford. What's this called? Financial mismanagement. And it's silent. You only notice it when you're already in deep. But there is a powerful antidote: awareness and planning. You need to look at your income like a manager. Know how much comes in, how much goes out, and most importantly, how much you are committing to debt. Because if more than 30% of your budget goes to paying overdue bills or installments, your freedom is being hijacked. And if you are already in debt, don't blame yourself, but don't fool yourself either. Debt doesn't go away on its own. You have to face it head on, negotiate, cut back on excess debt, generate extra income if necessary, because the longer you put it off, the bigger it gets. The market has no mercy. Compound interest is like termites. Before you know it, it's already eaten away at everything. The good news? You can turn things around. You can get out of the red, regain control, and build a new financial story. But to do so, you need to make a choice. Either continue to feed a system that holds you back, or start breaking free from it today. Debt is not just about money, it is about quality of life, and you deserve to live with ease, without fear of opening the bank app. Avoiding debt is choosing to live with dignity and strategy. Do you know what the biggest lie you've ever been told is? That investing is only for those with a lot of money, that it's something for rich people, for people with time and education. Lie. And this lie costs you dearly every day that you put off the decision to start. Here's the cold, hard truth. Those who don't invest are losing money right now as you listen to this, because your idle money is not neutral. It's being eaten up by inflation, bank fees, and the silent devaluation that erodes your purchasing power. And those who understand this act. The great thing is that investing is not about how much you have. It's about when you start. Those who start early, even with little, are light years ahead of those who wait to have more before taking the first step. Time is an investor's best ally. And here in the United States, you have access to tools that many in Brazil dream of. Stocks, ETFs, tax-exempt investment accounts like Roth IRA, and much more. Now let me ask you, do you want to work hard for 30, 40 years? Or do you want to make money work for you? Because that's what investors do. They plant today, water consistently, and in the future, they reap freedom. Freedom to choose where to work, when to retire, and how to live. What you need is direction, not perfection. Start simple. With $50, $100 a month. Choose a reliable broker, study the basics, understand your risk profile, and never again believe that this is too complicated for you. Do you know what is complicated? Growing old without reservations, depending on children, the government, luck. Investing is more than just multiplying money. It's protecting your future. It's taking control of your financial life and moving away from the mindset of always running after what's best. Those who invest early reap peace. Those who wait until later pay the price. The decision is yours, and the sooner, the better. Look, one of the biggest traps that can destroy your money is betting everything on one thing. It seems obvious, right? But many investors end up falling into this trap. If that one basket goes bust, you lose everything. It's like putting all your money into one stock or one property and hoping for the best. It's dangerous and irresponsible. The secret of successful investors here in the US and around the world is diversification. Do you know what that means? Spreading your money across different types of investments, stocks from various sectors, real estate funds, bonds, even a little fixed income. That way, if one investment falls, the other can compensate. You reduce risk and increase your chances of growth. Think about it. No one wants to be vulnerable to a financial storm, right? So you need to build a portfolio that acts as a shield, that adapts and protects your assets against the ups and downs of the market. What's more, diversifying also means opening doors to greater profits by taking advantage of opportunities in different areas. And in the US, with such a vast and sophisticated market, the options are enormous. You can invest in technology, healthcare, clean energy, real estate, and even startups. Sticking to just one type of investment is like betting all your chips on a roulette wheel. It's luck, and luck is not strategy. Therefore, learn to divide your money wisely, balancing security and growth. Your future will thank you. Investing isn't just about numbers, graphs, and spreadsheets. The real war is in your head. And here's the harsh reality. An investor's biggest enemy is their own emotions. Fear, greed, anxiety. These monsters make most people make bad decisions that end up destroying their wealth. When the market crashes, it's panic that leads to selling at the worst possible time. When the market rises, it's greed that leads to buying more than one should, thinking it's too easy. This emotional roller coaster can ruin any well-thought-out strategy. In the US, where the market is fast, volatile, and full of opportunities, those who do not control their emotions are left behind. Great investors have already proven that emotional discipline is as important as analyzing balance sheets and trends. The secret: developing a bulletproof mindset, where you understand that ups and downs are natural, and that staying calm and rational is what will ensure solid growth in the long term. Investing is a game of patience, not emotion. If you let fear or euphoria get the better of you, your money will fly away. But if you learn to master your emotions, you will be in control of your financial future and able to navigate even the toughest storms. Imagine you put all your money into a single stock, hoping it will go up and make you rich. Sounds tempting, right? But what if that stock plummets? Your money will disappear quickly, and the damage could be huge. This is a classic mistake made by investors who don't understand the power of diversification. In the United States, the market is huge, full of options: stocks, bonds, real estate, funds, even alternative investments. Putting all your chips on one ball is financial suicide. Diversification is the shield that protects your assets from the bad surprises of the market. When you spread your money across different investments, sectors, and even regions, you reduce the risk of losing everything at once. If one investment is doing badly, another may be doing well, balancing the balance and preventing total disaster. This isn't just amateur advice. It's the golden rule of great investors who live and breathe the American market. Diversification doesn't just mean safety, it means financial intelligence and a strategy to grow with fewer scares. Without diversification, you are betting everything on chance. With diversification, you are playing the market, using the rules to your advantage and protecting your financial future. Many people think that investing is just about choosing the right asset and waiting for the money to hit your account. But the truth is hard. Without discipline, even the best investment turns into a dud. In the United States, where the market is volatile and full of opportunities and traps, discipline is your most powerful armor. Discipline is that invisible force that makes you keep investing even when the stock market drops, when fear strikes and the urge to sell everything screams loudly. It is what prevents impulsive decisions, which usually lead to huge losses and regrets that last for years. If you don't have discipline, you'll get lost in the ups and downs of the market, wasting your time and money on poorly planned strategies, trying to recover losses and falling into easy traps. On the other hand, those who stay focused, respect their planning, and invest regularly build solid assets capable of withstanding financial storms. Discipline is the silent secret of investors who turn risk into profit. Without it, money disappears. With it, financial success is a matter of time. In the United States, ignoring the costs and taxes of your investments is like driving down a bumpy road in the dark. You'll be surprised and fall into traps that can destroy your profitability. Many investors get excited about gross profits, but they forget that fees, commissions, and taxes are silent thieves that eat away at your profits without asking for permission. If you don't have a clear understanding of how much you pay for each trade, in brokerage fees, fund management fees, or capital gains tax, you're opening yourself up to avoidable losses. It's not uncommon to see people who make money on paper but lose it all in the end because of tax surprises. Knowing tax rules, such as capital gains tax, and planning your investments with tax impacts in mind is not just a recommendation, it is a necessity for anyone who wants to grow safely. Knowing exactly where your money is going will ensure that your results are real and not illusory. Ignoring this is a sure invitation to financial failure. When the economy takes a nosedive, those who don't have a plan to protect their assets are practically signing their own death certificate. Financial crises aren't just negative numbers on TV. They can destroy years of effort and investment in a matter of days. And the worst part is that most people only realize this when it's too late. Diversifying your investments, avoiding excessive risk, and having solid emergency reserves are measures that act as a shield against these storms. It's no use just hoping the market will rise. You need to protect your money to survive sudden drops and instability. Knowing where and how to reallocate your assets using strategies like hedging or even investing in real assets can be the difference between staying in the game or coming out broke. If you don't protect your assets, the crisis will swallow everything you've built. But with planning and action, you can not only survive, but come out stronger on the other side. Interest rates aren't just numbers that the government or central bank can change. They directly affect your money, in your pocket and in your investment portfolio. When interest rates rise, the cost of borrowing money skyrockets, which means financing a car, a home, or even a business becomes much more expensive. And for those with debt, this can snowball into an impossible-to-control situation. In the financial market, high interest rates can cool the economy, causing stocks to fall and variable income investments to lose value. On the other hand, they can benefit fixed income investments, but only if you know how to take advantage of the opportunities. Ignoring this impact can cost you dearly, causing your assets to shrink without you even realizing it. But understanding and anticipating these movements gives you a huge advantage in adjusting your strategy and protecting your money. Don't let interest rates rule your financial life. Learn about this game and play to win. Imagine putting all your money into a single investment, like betting everything on a single card. The risk of losing everything is huge. That's exactly why diversification is your greatest weapon against crises and unexpected losses. When you spread your investments across different types, sectors, and even countries, you create a shield that protects your assets when one side of the market falls. Diversification isn't just about throwing money at anything. It's about building a smart portfolio that balances risk and return, ensuring that even if one part goes wrong, the rest keeps you safe. This makes your money work more steadily without surprises that could ruin your financial planning. Those who don't diversify are playing in the dark, hoping that luck will help them. Those who understand the power of diversification control the game and sleep soundly, knowing that they are prepared for any storm in the market. Now that you understand the main secrets to protecting and growing your money in the United States, it is clear that financial success is not a matter of luck, but of intelligent strategy. Each step, from planning, investing safely to diversifying, is a brick in the construction of your financial freedom. Ignoring these concepts opens the door to unnecessary risks and misses valuable opportunities. But applying all of this with focus and discipline means taking control of your future, ensuring stability for you and your family, and even multiplying your assets even in times of crisis. The market may be unpredictable, but your strategy doesn't have to be. Now is the time to take action, adjust your plan, and turn knowledge into real results. Remember, the path to financial independence begins with the decision to prepare and invest wisely.